Hey everybody, we're back out deer hunting. Stick around for this week's outdoor adventure. Hi, my name is Dan and welcome to DC Outdoors. If this is your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please get started by clicking that like, the subscribe, and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Well, let's get hunting. Well, we're over the halfway part of November on my 2023 deer season. Last week's video that I put out, I had my 5-day rut vacation. Got to spend it out in the blind here with my son, and he was lucky enough to shoot his first whitetail deer. So I'm going to include that video just linked above me if you haven't checked that one out yet. But we have a couple more days left here to round out November. And so this video is just kind of going to be a combination of those first few sits. So anyways, stick around for this one. I hope you enjoy it, and hope we're able to end the season here with another deer. Good morning, everybody. It's just after 8 o'clock, Saturday, November 25th. I'm out here with the Chicken King, and we're preparing for my last full day sit. Might do a full day sit tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, but we're snuggled in, we're prepared, we're good to go. It's windy this morning. Temperatures are still above freezing, and ideally I'm still holding out for a buck. We got some scent laid out. Some buck code red, doe code red, some of that VS1 scent. And we'll see what happens. Wish us luck. Sorry, my friends, I just took a shot at a deer. Literally just eating a sandwich, texting my buddy Geoff from Norwood Outdoor Adventures about what lunch he was having today, and lo and behold, we look up and see a whitetail buck cruising along the tree line in front of us, maybe about 100 yards away. Literally sandwich on my knee, texting Geoff, and then Chicken King here says, Dad, buck. Got enough time to get the shooting sticks ready, put it up on the shoulder, and let a shot fly. So it's just a few minutes ago, so we're just gonna let it sit for a little bit and take a look and see, but I think the buck jumped a little bit when I got it, so hopefully that's an indicator of a good shot. And whew, I guess we'll see what happens here in a minute or two. We went down to where we thought I connected with the deer, and then there was just a few little bits of hair, no blood anywhere. We crisscrossed around looking for blood, nothing. And then we circled behind the shot site about 100 yards, and we're just kind of walking through an open clearing, just looking to see if there's any blood that crossed. And we kicked up the deer. Maybe saw its body for 2/3 of a second, and it kind of ran off in the trees. Found one reasonably good patch of blood, and then we began just trailing the blood, and it was little drip by little drip by little drip. Never kicked up the deer again. Could tell he was kind of bobbing through his scrape system. A lot of cases there was scrapes, and then the blood was right by those scrapes. So we tracked it for I don't know how far, probably like 400 meters from the shot site, and then the blood just dried up. We saw one little drip of blood by a log, and then I literally crawled on my hands and knees looking for blood and found a little bit of blood on some grass, and that was it. And we circled around there again on our hands and knees looking for blood. We continued the natural path that the deer was going to see if we could find any blood, and nothing. We even did a bit of a grid search around there looking for blood or see if we could kick up the deer, and again, nothing. I don't know what else to really do at this point. We're back here at the blind, and I think we're going to grab some water and cool down for a minute or two, and then I'm probably going to go back in kind of between the shot site and where the first patch of blood was, and just look for clues, just to get a sense of if I can find any other info where I hit him. But I feel like it must have been low, because the hair that we found there was white, and I don't think I got him through any leg or anything like that, because when we did kick him up, he was running really well, and we didn't see any other beds or anything in there, so I don't think he bedded down. So my only thought is maybe we got him a little low, like under the brisket or something like that. It was only like 100-yard shot, man. It's crazy. So anyways, I don't know. We're gonna grab some water, cool down for a bit, and then look for a bit more clues. And then I think the reality of this is I'm probably gonna bump out of here before dark, and come back tomorrow. Probably not at first light, but once the sun's up, and we'll just continue the search again. But I can't in good faith hunt the rest of the night here knowing that I potentially wounded one. So anyways, that's the plan for now, and I'll probably check in with you later or tomorrow. Behind me, we found him. What a day today. Picked up my friend Jason and his son, and them and me and my son. We got out to the property around 9, and we pretty much hightailed it out as fast as we could to get out to where we last saw the blood. And Jason found another spot or two of blood, and then it just stopped. No sign at all, no blood anyway. We went on a lot of the main trails, kind of going out from that area in a few different directions, and nothing, no sign, nothing. And when we were moving around, I think Jason kicked up a couple of grouse, and so since the kids were out there with the ready to shoot some grouse themselves. We pretty much decided to just pack it in and walk down one of the main trails that kind of runs along the, I guess would be west side of the property. And you know, we're walking along the trail and we're seeing scrapes pretty much everywhere. And we walk about another 100 yards from where we last saw blood, and it's pretty much the end of the trail that runs along the fence line. And so we turn around and start making our way back, pretty much with the idea that the deer was gone. And lo and behold, my son says, Dad, there's a deer bedded. You know, 20 yards probably off the trail was the body of a deer. And it's funny because I think the only reason why we found it was because the boys, you know, Jason's son and my son were looking for grouse. That would be the only reason they were scanning the ground like that. And 20 yards from the trail, underneath an evergreen tree, was my buck. No blood leading to where he was. Just laid on his side. And man, I lost it. I don't know. I cried so much this season, my friends. It's been a crazy one, but I lost it. I was crying. I'm sure Jason thought I was nuts. I'm sure his son thought I was even crazier. And my son's seen me cry so much the last 24 hours, and I'm sure he doesn't even know what my deal is. But the emotion. The emotion of seeing the deer, taking the shot, the defeat of not seeing any blood, just hair. To me, I thought that I was done. I thought it was a totally done deal, clear miss. The blood, kicking up the deer, and then never seeing again and having that trail disappear just made me feel so much dread. And it's funny to think about the season as a bit of a story arc. I can't help but think that it's very poetic that my son was the one to find that deer. Jason had walked by there, right? Chasing those chickens earlier. He didn't see it. We all walked by it the first time, didn't see it, but it was him who saw it. And if it would have been another maybe 15 yards into the bush, we would have never, ever, ever seen it. It was 100 yards pretty much away from where we last saw blood. So we recovered it back. Boys went back and they grabbed the sled, and Jason and I were dragging the deer. A bit of a drag. I know he was laughing at me saying, well, geez, why do you do this to yourself? But we obviously have it. You can see it hanging over behind me. I don't know what the quality of the meat's going to be. It got below freezing overnight, and the meat was cool, but it still had a little bit of warmth inside of it. So I don't know what we're going to expect. I don't know how much, if any, waste we're going to see, but I'm glad we found it either way. And of course, I want to say thank you so much to, you know, Jason and his son for coming out today and for helping. I have to say thank you to my buddy Geoff for you know, just being there. I mean, we exchanged so many texts throughout the season to kind of keep each other's tires pumped up. And I know he's going through some feels today too. And I gotta thank my son. It was a crazy year. It was a crazy year. Anyway, I'm probably going to wrap this one up, guys. We're going to close this one off, but I'm sorry I didn't get the shot on camera. I'm sorry I didn't get a whole lot of footage here today. But I appreciate you guys being in my corner this whole season. And I'm super hopeful that when we start to check this meat, you know, the next day or two, I hope that there's not a lot of spoilage. I'm optimistic that the hinds and the fronts might be good. I think we're probably going to lose, you know, some of the rib meat and some of the stuff that's been touching the inside. I did shoot them too low, and there's definitely some, you know, probably some contamination, right? So I'm hopeful that we don't lose a lot to spoilage. But yeah, man, what a season of so many emotions. And I appreciate you guys being here for me, and thanks again to Jason and his son, and to Geoff, and big thanks to my son. And appreciate you guys being here for the journeys with me, and for enjoying this hunting season with us. And yeah, if this was your first time to the channel though, and if you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please hit that like, that subscribe, and the bell notification button, so that way you don't miss anything. And until next time, we'll see you outdoors.